Do you want to introduce?
Hi guys, welcome to Claudia Boleyn's YouTube channel.
Is that any question of me?
No, it was supposed to be, but yeah.
Hi, we're now...
I'm back. Dan's back.
By popular demand.
By popular demand.
Right, so we're...
Say hello, Dan.
Should we get on with the video? So we're going to be reviewing Spoils of War, The Spoils of War, which is episode 4 of season 7 Game of Thrones. 7, as part of our Game of Thrones...
2017.
As part of our Game of Thrones review series. So let us begin. We haven't discussed it yet.
No.
We've had lunch in silence and just not said a word.
Yeah.
Go on, you want to start?
Yeah, really good. The final 20 minutes, the scene that involved Jaime, Bronn, Daenerys and Drogon were pretty much perfect. Do you want to... I mean, are we going to talk about it in bits?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it in bits. My overall takeaway from the episode is that it is... I didn't like it as much as I liked last episode.
No, I completely agree.
But I still thought it was absolutely fantastic. And it just shows how good this series is that we're looking at the episode today and saying to ourselves, well, it's a bit of a come down from last week, considering all that was in this episode. Yeah. Like, it was an amazing episode.
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing. Did you not think it was?
I thought the final 20 minutes were amazing.
You see, I
wouldn't consider the rest of it amazing.
Really?
I personally found a lot of it quite... I can't explain it. A lot of it quite awkward and quiet. I can't really explain it, but there were, like, a few scenes where I just sort of thought, are these scenes finished? Like, I can't... Like,
well, there was one I felt like that with. I mean, on the whole, I didn't get that, really. I enjoyed most of it. But the one scene I found slightly underwhelming was the Stark sisters reunion.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand it. Like, I can understand... They were written in character. Like, they are going to be distant. They haven't seen each other for years. It's not going to be really warm and, like, mushy. But it just seemed to lack a certain amount of, I don't know, scale?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Like, it should have been absolutely massive. Stark sisters reunited.
They also weren't, like, very happy to see each other. Like, it just goes to show, like, not actually that nice people anymore, are they?
No, I actually think they are nice people.
I didn't notice people. Sansa's getting involved and stuff.
Sansa's perfect. I'll hear no bad word against Sansa. No, but I do think that the way they acted was in character. I didn't have a problem with their dialogue or anything like that. It was just the way it was done, like meeting in the dark, dark crypt.
Yeah. In the dark.
And after we'd had Sansa and Jon reuniting with that big hug, their hug felt underwhelming.
Yeah.
There was nothing extra about it. Like, at least with Bran's...
Mind you, Bran seemed a little more affectionate towards Arya than he did
I noticed
Sansa.
that. So clearly he does have the capacity to be more...
sister, yeah.
He has the capacity to be more polite to people. He just chooses not to use it with Sansa.
Yeah.
So rude. And the way he was with... but the way he treated Amira this episode was so rude.
Poor Mira, yeah.
Poor Mira.
Mira's saying what we're all thinking though, like, wow, I've been with you for what, since 5 years.
And this is what
My brother died.
I know, my brother.
And you're just like...
Thanks, Mira. Thanks. I actually wrote down what he said because I was actually that shocked. She says to him, you don't need me anymore. But in that sort of way that, you know, you'd say it when you're
sort
secretly hoping, like,
say, yeah,
I do need you.
Of course I do.
Or maybe I don't need you, Mira, but I want you to be here. You're my friend and maybe more. But all he says in response is just very, no, I don't.
No, I don't, yeah.
I don't need you, Mira. Poor Mira.
Yeah, I wonder how Bran fans feel about this season.
Are there any Bran fans, though, really?
Well, of course there are Bran fans.
I mean, I know there are people who like Bran, but I mean, he doesn't seem to have the following as a character as certain other characters do. He's not exactly a character with a following, is he? Like, you can like him.
Branist.
I like Bran. Well, I liked Bran before this disaster. Whatever the hell's going on with Bran now.
Yeah.
The only positive was, though, that he did... I'm glad he utilised his creepiness on Littlefinger, because even Littlefinger, who's the most creepy person in Westeros, was absolutely freaked out by Bran.
Yeah.
Littlefinger's like, I brought you this knife, this blade. Bran's just sitting there like
creeping him out, yeah.
Yeah, really. I mean, I'm not surprised Littlefinger just fled the room.
No.
If I was him, I'd just leave Winterfell right now. Just because of Bran, not because of anything else.
Just Bran being a creepy little, yeah.
There's no excuse for it. And like you said, like, poor Sansa's obviously noticed this favouritism as well, because she was there with Arya when they went to, like, was it the Godswood or something? You know where he's sitting under the tree?
Tree, yeah.
And, like, they go together, like, oh, let's go and see Bran. And poor Sansa's desperately trying to... Like, it's like an awkward family meal with estranged family members.
Yeah.
And poor Sansa's turned into that relatable character that's just like, oh my god, I'm trying to hold this all together, but everyone is so weird.
Everyone is so weird now.
In the Redwood scene, is it called the Redwood, the Godswood, whatever it's called, the big tree that starts...
No idea.
I did know what it was, but the Heart Tree? Anyway, the big place
I'm
they
sure
have...
you said it in a previous video.
I have said it in a previous video. But it just felt very weird. I feel like Arya is so far gone herself that she's not really reacting in the way Sansa would like to the fact that Bran's gone so weird. I think Sansa was hoping that her and Arya could be like, right, we've got a bit of a problem here.
Yeah.
Bran's gone a bit odd. But Arya's just acting like, fine.
Arya's just, yeah. Do you like Arya?
I think it's hard to tell if I like Arya or not. I think it's hard for anyone to tell because so much of her personality she hides, doesn't she? She's had to. Like Sansa, both of them have had to kind of push the emotions down.
Yeah.
I find Sansa more likeable. I prefer Sansa as a character. But I like both the Stark girls. I think poor Arya is on a bad path. I mean, at this point, she's not just fighting for... You know, before she was like just on a revenge mission and you could kind of understand it. Now she's actually clearly getting a kick out of it and actually starting to enjoy the whole murder aspect, which is a bit worrying.
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of the Arya scenes, I could have done without the two guards at the gate, and that went on a bit too long. Like, oh, okay, if you're really Arya Stark, then...
I quite like the guards at the gate.
Yeah, but I feel like that 5 minutes could have gone to the battle at the end, rather than that then.
I actually enjoyed that.
It went on too long.
I don't think it went on
After
long.
the gate bit, I didn't need to see them again going, oh, make sure she stays here. I know you make sure she stays here. It was like the Chuckle Brothers.
It was, but
It was like, oh, to me, to you, like,
I enjoyed that though. I thought it was nice. I thought it was a bit odd. Sansa's reaction was a bit strange. Maybe we didn't see all of it, but they go to Sansa and they say, right, someone's pretending to be Arya or whatever, and she's here. And instead of asking like more questions, Sansa just goes, I know where she'll be.
Yeah.
It was like she expected her to come. I mean, maybe Bran told her behind the scenes? Maybe Bran said, look, Arya's on her way here.
I don't know. I think, in the grand scheme of things, really, it was just... I think Arya needs to be at Winterfell for some reason this season, and they just had to do it in this episode.
Just like quickly.
Quick.
Quick!
Yeah.
There's no time. I liked the scene with Brienne.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessary to the plot in any way,
Yeah.
but it was nice to see those two characters interacting.
Good for them, yeah.
Because we know Brienne and Sansa have like a bond, but I kind of want Brienne to...
Have Brienne and Arya met before?
Very, very briefly, haven't they? Remember when Arya was with the Hound and Brienne was tasked to bring her back for Lady Catelyn to look after her daughters, but Arya decided to go off with the Hound.
Didn't she run off or something? Because they had a fight, right?
I can't completely remember.
Brienne and the Hound had a big fight.
Oh yeah. Brienne and the Hound had a fight. She basically came to take Arya.
But Brienne won, so then Arya just ran off, right? Because they were together.
Oh right, yeah, and she went off.
Then Brienne had the fight with the Hound.
Right, okay.
And then, yeah.
But I kind of want Brienne to kind of take on Arya as like a sort of... I want her to train her and to train her in morals.
You want Brienne to train Arya?
In morals, basically. Like, to be that sort of guidance, as in to say, well, that's really great, Arya, you can cut a man's head off really fast, but maybe that's not a good idea to do that. Maybe. All the time. It was
I don't know if they've really got time for that storyline, to be honest.
No, not really.
Yeah.
I like I do like the fact, though, that Bran clearly, like... I'd feel really uncomfortable to know Bran, because he knows everything about everyone and can see everything you've ever done.
Yeah.
The fact that Littlefinger was trying to manipulate him, and Bran was pulling out receipts. Chaos is a ladder.
Pulling out receipts?
Yeah. You know what that means, pulling out receipts? To pull out receipts on someone is to be like, oh, I've got this evidence of something you did or said before, and I'm going to bring it out right now to discredit you.
Oh, okay.
Which is exactly what he did to Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Because he literally quoted him, chaos is a ladder.
When did Littlefinger say that?
Oh, it was like series 1, wasn't it? When he betrayed, like, everyone.
Right.
Catelyn and Ned were still alive, and he was like, chaos is a ladder.
Chaos is a ladder.
Yeah, and some people are saying there was the relationship between Arya and Sansa and Littlefinger, like that weird thing going on, is when Sansa had that conversation with Arya under the tree about her kill list and how she's got a list of people. How did you interpret that? Because people were interpreting that...
I thought Sansa was worried she was on the list.
So did I!
Yeah.
But people online are saying, oh, they're planning stuff together, like, oh, Sansa's impressed. Like, but I honestly thought
Sansa was worried.
I thought she was thinking, am I on this list?
It's kind of like, haha, who else is on the list?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need me, otherwise it's just you and Bran, Arya. You don't want that. No, I thought she was scared. I think that's how Littlefinger's going to get his way in. I think he's going to say...
Who else is on the list?
The Hound, Cersei...
She won't kill the Hound. If she had the choice, she wouldn't kill the Hound.
No, but that might be good development for her, mightn't it?
Yeah, she won't kill the Hound.
Yeah. Oh, do we think that Arya's going to kill Littlefinger, though? Like, did you get the impression she was going to kill Littlefinger straight away?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why she's now got the blade as well.
I think that's why she's come to Winterfell for some reason.
Yeah.
I feel like she would definitely...
I think that's why she's got the dagger now.
Did you get jealousy vibes? People were saying that when Sansa was watching her fighting with Brienne as well, and, like, Sansa and Littlefinger were on the balcony.
Yeah.
How did you read that? Did you read that as jealousy, or what?
Jealousy over what?
Well, some people are saying, oh, it's jealousy because Sansa's thinking, oh, Arya's far more capable than me in a physical sense. Maybe she'd be a better lord, that kind of better lady of Winterfell, whatever.
No, I don't think
That's
so.
not what I got either.
I didn't really get anything from it. I don't think you, like... Very little was given to me from the responses, to be honest. I could look into it for years and years and still not get anything from that scene. Obviously, Littlefinger was doing his usual kind of...
Someone needs to make a compilation video of every time Littlefinger does that look. But, like, I told you so.
Sansa was just sort of just watching, really. Someone had to see it happen, right? She had to learn that Arya was good at fighting somehow.
That's basically the point of it,
That's
I think.
the scene,
People are
yeah.
looking into it really deeply, but really,
I think so.
Sansa needs to know that Arya can fight now.
I think, yeah.
End of story. Right, let's move on.
That's what we got from that.
Let's move on.
Brilliant. John and Davos and Dragonstone.
Well, I was thinking we should go I was thinking, yeah, we could go for John and Dragonstone. Alright, so...
That's the scene I felt was awkward. So, when you've got Dany and Missandei coming down the stairs and they're having their little chat about Grey Worm and the Unsullied.
Yeah.
And then it felt like there was this awkward pause and then John was just at the bottom of the stairs waiting. It was just Kit Harington waiting for his cue. And they stopped and they were like, oh, it's Kit's turn to talk. And it was like that awkward moment from from Doctor Who, from World Enough and Time, the end, when the Master was there. And it was like, Missy stopped talking because it was John Sim's
It was John Sim's turn.
And then John Sim was waiting in the doorway and Peter Capaldi's like, oh. But it just felt like that. He was like, he was just at the bottom of the stair, like, Your Highness. Like...
So the point of the John stuff in this episode, so first of all, he took Dany, before he starts mining the Dragonstone, he took her beneath the castle to show her the Dragonstone.
To show her, yeah.
Dany is very gullible at this point, because what he wants is to convince her that the White Walkers are real, right? And he wants her to support him.
So you're saying he could have been up all night drawing.
How the hell does she know that John hasn't been scribbling around on
Maybe
the rock?
he has. Can you imagine if we as the audience are being played as well and John's making it all up?
What, it's all like...
Everything we've seen is just John's
What, even the
story.
White Walkers?
Yeah.
The White Walkers are actors.
They're just actors, yeah, they're hired.
John's hiring them.
Yeah, all played by... Some of them are played by Sean Bean and, like, other cast members that are no longer in it.
But the whole thing is...
It's all just a joke, yeah. It's prank patrol. Barney Harwood's going to jump out with the ninjas. Like, you've been pranked by the prank patrol.
Yeah, but who would be the final, like, victim of that prank? Because everyone's going to realise at some point, like, who is it? Is it Dany?
It's Dany and Cersei, yeah.
At the very end, it's
they're about to kill each other, yeah. Everyone else is dead.
Literally everyone,
like, yeah. Jaime's on the floor bleeding, like, everyone's dead. And then they get up, like, got you! And Sean Bean comes in, like
with his head on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David and Dan come in, it's all George R. R. Martin's there. Everyone.
Kit Harington introduces himself.
Kit Harington, yeah.
But with his posh English accent.
Yeah, like a curtain comes up and there's like a live studio audience.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
That's how it should end.
The best ending of the series is all a prank. I'm finding it very interesting because they are definitely pushing the John and Dany romantic angle. I mean, Davos is pushing it.
Davos ships it so hard.
Yeah, but does Davos ship it, or did the TV show people just need us to plant that idea, and Davos was the casualty of that? Because I don't actually think that Davos's character would be the sort of guy who'd be like, so John, you like the look of that girl?
Well, yeah.
Like, it was a bit... I mean, wouldn't it be...
That's my issue, I think, with this episode. I felt like a lot of the scenes were deleted scenes they decided to keep in. There were lots of walking and talking. Lots of little... like a conversation with like Missandei, like, oh, so tell us about yourself. Oh, that's why you like Dany. I'm Jon Snow. Like, you know, it's just like
But to be fair on them, they do have to...
Felt like I was watching scenes from the DVD box set when it comes out in, like, Christmas time. Deleted scenes from season 7.
But I think that these things will be relevant later, because we need to make sure that these characters have relationships with each other in a really short space of time.
I guess.
So I think maybe... I prefer the series going as it is, where maybe things are a little bit rushed, but we're getting somewhere, rather than having a whole series devoted to getting only part of the way. So I will forgive that, because we need those things.
Yeah.
And also, it was valuable a little bit, his conversation with Missandei, because obviously John's having this issue where he's thinking to himself, kind of like the viewers are, in the most part, I think, Dany seems like an okay person, but she is a dictator. She is dangerous. So it's interesting that Missandei was like, well, yeah, but we don't follow her because of her father.
Talking of dangerous Dany implications, have you seen the trailer for the next one?
No, not yet.
Okay. Basically, in the trailer, it looks like she's rounded up the remaining Lannister forces, which is kind of like bend the knee or die.
Yeah. Well, I could already sense that. Like, she tells Jon Snow in this episode, oh, I don't want to kill anyone. Like, I won't be killing people. All her advisors are basically telling her, Dany, please, don't take your dragons and burn people. And she's like, oh no, it's chill, I'm not like that, you know, I don't want to hurt people. And then there's the end of the episode where that is literally exactly what she does. I wouldn't bend the knee if I was Jon. I don't think she's quite stable.
He's not going to.
No.
If he does, I'll be disappointed in my boy Jon, because he won't. Nice scene between Cersei and Mark Gatiss.
Oh my
Gatiss.
god.
Gatiss.
Gatiss, that's the one. It's just so embarrassing because it is just Mark Gatiss, and it just feels wrong. It feels wrong that it feels like two worlds are colliding. I don't want to see Cersei Lannister. When I see, is it Lena or Lena?
I think it's Lena Headey.
Lena Headey. I don't look at her and think that's Lena Headey. I look at her and I think that's Cersei Lannister.
Yeah.
That's why it's jarring, because it is a fictional character.
Talking to...
interacting with co-creator of Sherlock and sometimes Doctor Who writer Mark Gatiss.
Yeah.
It's really awkward.
Like a crossover.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the ending.
Yeah, so the rest of the review is going to be dedicated to the ending, more or less. The ending was mind-blowing.
The ending was mind-blowing.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was perfection.
It was fantastic.
I wanted it a bit longer, but it was amazing.
I could have had a whole episode, to be honest. I could honestly have just had a whole episode battle.
Yeah.
That's it, that's what I wanted. When I started watching Game of Thrones, I mean, I watch it for a number of reasons. I like the fact it has mirrors in, like, historical events which have happened in Britain and England, but essentially I want to see like that fantasy element, I want to see wars, I want to see that medieval combat element. Like, I really enjoy that.
Yeah.
And the fact they added a dragon to it, wow.
Been 7 seasons now, and like we've just had Jaime Lannister charging towards Dany and Drogon.
Oh my god, he was
like,
gonna kill her.
On paper, that itself sounds like
but on screen, it's 10 times better.
Yeah.
The way it was filmed was amazing.
Yeah.
How I loved the fact that
cinematography was amazing, actually.
God, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But like the way they filmed Dany leading up to that was so strong and scary, and you could really tell she was the Mad King's daughter because she was quite scary.
Music was good.
Yeah.
Music was really
But then
sort of...
the contrast when she's on the floor, and like I love that contrast with Dany they're playing with, and I think they are anyway. Maybe I'm just seeing this. Dany the ruler and Dany the person are so incredibly different. Like she's the Mad King's daughter, and then she's Dany, and she turns back into Dany when Drogon is injured, and she gets off him and starts trying to pull the spear out. When Jaime's running towards her, she just looks like a frightened young woman.
Yeah, he was going for Dany, wasn't he? Not the dragon. Yeah, he was going for Dany.
Yeah, he was going to go for her. And I really like that contrast with Dany. I think that's interesting.
Yeah, the best thing is that it's literally... You don't really know who to root for because they've done it so well.
Well, when you've got bloody Bronn with the catapult, the javelin
God.
throw, and you've got Drogon and Dany, and I'm thinking...
Are they calling that thing the Scorpion, by the way?
I'm not sure.
I think it's called the Scorpion. That's so cool.
That is really cool, the Scorpion.
But oh my god.
You just don't know who to root for. You don't want Drogon to die.
Imagine
you don't want Bronn to die.
Being Jerome Flynn, right? Signed up for Game of Thrones.
Imagine being with Jerome Flynn.
Like...
Sorry, I love Jerome Flynn. I have such a crush. I actually adore him. Oh, carry on.
And you signed up for Game of Thrones, like, to play this role of Bronn.
Yeah.
He's like a...
lovable rogue.
Lovable rogue.
Yeah.
Like, in season 2, was it? Season 1, 2, I don't know.
2 or 3 or something.
2 or 3.
No, it was early.
2. It was 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And now, like, you get this entire action sequence akin to the Jon Snow Battle of the Bastards sequence.
Oh my god, yeah!
To yourself. Yeah. Where you're running through this battlefield of fire and smoke, and there's a dragon, and you're pulling swords out of dead people.
It's very different to Jon as well. With Jon, it's very serious, but Jerome Flynn feels more comedic in a way.
It felt like Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, Bronn's got a bit of a like, whoa.
Yeah. No, Oh,
And the
man.
fact he actually saved
So
Jaime
good.
Lannister. Like,
Yeah, lots of people were saying that was Dickon, but it wasn't Dickon.
no, it wasn't Dickon.
Those people were like, oh, well done, Dickon. It wasn't.
It wasn't Dickon,
Bronn.
it was Bronn, yeah.
Oh, Dickon. I'm glad the Dickon joke is still going, though.
Well, I'm glad it was
I
addressed.
personally am very amused by that.
And I'm glad it was Bronn that addressed it.
I hope every time.
Jaime's like so serious, like, it's Dickon. Did you notice the music cues? That's how you knew the dragons and Dany. That's how you knew the dragon and Dany was coming, because the Lannisters were sort of making their way down the road, and before you saw anything, like you could already kind of guess what's going to happen, but you could hear some of Daenerys' theme coming in.
No, but that's the thing. They mixed both things together. You
And
heard
the
like
Rains of
Castamere
Castamere
mixed with
the
Dany's thing. Yeah.
The Dothraki are terrifying. Like,
Yeah.
imagine being one of those Lannister soldiers and seeing the bloody Dothraki, like.
Leaping off horses.
Because they're fearless and incredibly cool, though. Like, they have the
Yeah.
best moves out of all of Westeros.
Yeah.
They're like on the horses, riding them like a surfboard. And then, like, you knew the dragon was coming before you saw the dragon. That was exciting and scary. Like, you knew it was coming. You heard the sounds of the Dothraki. They're coming over. They're yelling.
Yeah.
They're coming over the map. They're coming over the ridge. Woo!
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine why that's
That was a
helpful.
good impression. You could be a Dothraki soldier.
I feel like most armies could probably benefit from that. Like, if you have some sort of chant as you go, I think it would be
Yeah.
better. Like, some sort of music or something.
Yeah.
It would be better.
Dracarys. That was the coolest bit.
It was cool, but Dany absolutely terrifies me. Dany the Queen terrifies me. Dany the young woman I like as a character.
Yeah.
But Dany the Queen is scary. And isn't that so Targaryen though? Because isn't there that quote about a Targaryen, every time a Targaryen is born, it's like flipping a coin. So if you're going to get like a good person or a mad person, basically.
Yeah.
And that is so Daenerys, isn't it? Right, one of my favourite parts of this whole episode, and just as a fan of the Lannisters, the Lannister siblings, the three siblings, and really being involved in that, the fact that Tyrion was watching the battle.
How did Tyrion get there?
Maybe he rode another dragon.
Well, it's only Drogon that was there.
It doesn't matter how he's there.
Oh, how did the Dothraki get there?
Would you prefer another episode of Dany takes the Dothraki on a long journey?
Well, I mean,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
it took 7 years for the Dothraki and Dany to come over to
And then all of a sudden
here.
they're just
Now
there.
they're all over the place, like Varys, yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a secret, like,
Varys is-
fast travel system
Maybe
going on.
Varys has been teleporting.
Like a video game, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I love the fact that, right, it's so Jaime and so Tyrion and why I love them. Like, Jaime is in the most terrible situation, but he is so brave. And I loved it when Tyrion's first thing he said, he watches his brother and he just goes, "Flee, you idiot," because he wants him to get away. He
Yeah.
knows that Dany is scary and terrifying and that she will kill his brother. And I think Tyrion might be just starting to regret his alliance with Dany slightly.
Yeah, it seems that way, actually, doesn't it? Yeah.
I think he's going to go with his family every time.
Yeah.
He actually is. Even though his family have treated him so badly, Tyrion loves Jaime a lot.
There was a look of Tyrion watching over the Lannister forces getting destroyed.
And thinking, wow.
And it seemed wrong, didn't it?
Yeah.
Tyrion was thinking, this is wrong.
Well, that's what's so interesting as well, though. I mean, the good and bad is so mixed up in Game of Thrones because Dany is on paper a good character. She technically stands for good things.
Yeah.
But she will kill innocents without a shred of...
Yeah.
You know, these are just men who have been called into an army because they live in a certain place and she will burn them alive.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a character like Jaime, who is on paper a bad character, who's done very bad things and, you know, is like the second of the very bad queen... I don't think Jaime's the sort of person who would kill innocent soldiers on another side.
No.
Unless it was an actual, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's so interesting.
And that's what Jaime even said something like that, didn't he? He was like,
yeah.
Lord Tully was like,
He wanted to, like...
let's get rid of the slackers or something.
Yeah, like to leave them behind or to... Wasn't it to whip them or something?
Something like that,
And
yeah.
Jaime was saying, no, like they fought
Yeah,
well,
they
like,
fought- yeah.
let them be.
Give them a warning or something like that.
You give them a warning first, yeah. No, and then... just Jaime charging towards the dragon. He probably thought he was charging to
Come
his
on.
death. He's so brave and so heroic and so beautiful, and I love Jaime so much. He's a good man.
Bronn, though, what a bro.
Oh my
That's a
god,
true bro.
he could have been roasted.
What a bro.
He could have been roasted, but he...
Several times Bronn could have been roasted in that episode, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Somehow he avoided it.
Yeah.
That one time when he just sort of dived on the floor and then he was fine.
I'm glad he survived
The
though.
flames just bounced over him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, obviously he needs to be alive. I mean,
For that
do we
scene.
know for a fact that Dickon survived? I'm sure he did.
Yeah, and I think he's been rounded up with the others
Oh, okay, right. That's alright then.
to face the wrath of Dany.
I want him to, every single character he meets, every place he goes, for that joke to just live on.
Yeah,
I want him
like
to be introduced,
Rickon,
even when there's no
Dickon.
reason.
Yeah.
Just in random scenes.
A bit like the Harriet Jones thing.
Harriet Jones, Prime Minister, I know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dick on, yeah.
But I want him introduced to everyone in Daenerys Forces separately.
Yeah.
Grey Worm, individually. Missandei, individually. Every single person.
One by one.
One by one. They all get to enjoy that joke.
King Dickon, in fact.
And he's the one who's going to sit on the Iron Throne, King Dickon. I was thinking of a theory. So I'm thinking, obviously Jaime's not dead, or we assume he's not dead. We're not going to kill Jaime off. He's in the trailer next week, is he?
No.
But he's not dead anyway. Like, Jaime's not dead. There's no way they kill Jaime like that. If they were going to kill Jaime, he would have gone in Dragonfire. Bronn put him in that order for a reason. But I'm thinking, so he's going to get rounded up by Dany's forces, and this is going to be interesting because it's going to give us an opportunity to have Dany's people come into contact with Jaime. So we're going to have Tyrion and Jaime reuniting again.
I don't know if he is going to get rounded up as well, though, actually.
Really?
I feel like he might get away with Bronn, yeah.
Do you think he's going to escape?
I think they might.
I was thinking, I was thinking about this morning, and I was just wondering, Dany obviously wants the people in... Well, there's the people in the Seven Kingdoms to bend the knee to her, right? So she wants them to obey her.
Yeah.
She's going to try and do something for each kingdom on the understanding they bend the knee and support her.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably, rather than destroy the Lannisters, is going to want the Lannisters on her side. She's not going to want to destroy them. So I was thinking, if she had the opportunity to make some sort of treaty with Jaime, this could be interesting, because the Targaryens are famous for, like, incestuous relationships, right? All their kings and queens up till Dany have been brothers and sisters, basically. If Dany were to offer Jaime, you can have Casterly Rock. He's a member of like the Kingsguard, so he's never allowed to father children or anything at the moment, is he?
Mm-hmm.
If she said to him, "You're allowed to be Lord of Casterly Rock. You're allowed to marry Cersei. You are freed from those conditions as long as you support me," Jaime would probably take that.
Yeah.
Problem is, Cersei wouldn't. Cersei loves power more than she loves Jaime. Jaime loves Cersei more than life. Terrible. That could be interesting. Not going to happen. But I think that would be cool. And I would write that, because that would also drive Jaime more towards Tyrion, wouldn't it? That sort of situation. Like, Cersei, like, we don't have to be in danger anymore. Let's just give in to Dany, for God's sake. Like, this is ridiculous. But Cersei's the sort of character that would stubbornly hold on to that power no matter what. And she would go down in flame.
Agreement, yeah.
Agreement? You think that'd be a good
That was
scenario?
a nice little tangent there.
Do you think that'd be a good scenario, though?
Nice little fanfic.
But do you think
Nice.
that would be good, though?
Is that your...
No, I think that'd be great.
Give it a little write down.
Give it a little write down. Copyright me.
Write that down.
Copyright me.
We'll keep note of that.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
So where are we going next episode then? I've not seen the trailer for next episode.
We don't really know. I've got a feeling Gendry's got to come back somehow.
I was expecting him this episode.
Yeah.
But he didn't
So
return.
I'm certain he's in episode 6.
Are we sure he is coming back and it's not just a joke?
Imagine that, yeah.
He's
I'm
just not
sure
coming
he is.
back.
He's not being confirmed. I'm sure he
Probably
is.
he's not coming back then.
And I'm sure he's supposed to be tied into the storyline of episode 6.
Right.
Because something big happened in episode 6.
They're going to introduce him soon then.
So he's got to be in the next episode.
He's got
That's
to be.
episode 5, he's got to be. Not much else is in the trailer, really.
No.
You've sort of got Drogon landing in front of Jon, which is cool.
So we're assuming that Dany's going to fly back to Dragonstone.
Well, yeah.
If Drogon's with Jon, then
Well, she's on
Dany's-
Drogon, yeah, she lands
So
in front of
she's
Jon.
returned to Dragonstone. She's probably left her unsullied.
Yeah,
Her Dothraki,
I think I reckon we'll get Jorah back soon. I think Jorah will make his way to Dragonstone next episode.
Yep.
I don't know really. I think maybe this is from a rumor I've heard that this episode was the catalyst to make Jaime now contact Tyrion and be like, we need a little.
Because he's thinking, Tyrion, like, I know you like Dany, but she's actually probably worse than Cersei in the long run. Because she might be nicer than Cersei, but at least Cersei doesn't have 3 dragons.
Well, no, I don't think he's trying to persuade him back over to the Lannisters.
Oh, what do you think he's doing then?
He's trying to make some sort of agreement or something, or trying to make contact really with his brother.
Right, so you think it'll be a nice reunion for the Lannister brothers?
Yeah, it would be. They get on, don't they?
They will get on until it comes to the whole Bronn. Which one of us do you prefer? Conversation.
Yeah, Bronn, yeah. Bronn's like, whoever pays me the most money. Gold. Theon.
Oh my god, we forgot Theon!
Yeah.
The Theon and Jon scene was good and in character.
Good, yeah.
That felt
Could have gone
very...
much worse.
Oh god, I was
But thank
expecting
God it
Theon
was-
to be like...
Yeah, thank God. There we go.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Theon is going to become, like, embraced warmly soon.
Hope so.
And people will realise that he's not a bad person.
Yeah. Let's not forget that Theon did ruin everything
I
And he
know.
did burn 2 innocent kids.
I know he did. I know, but then if we think about the other characters in
And
Game
he
of
beheaded
Thrones...
someone. No, I completely agree. Theon's my favourite character.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, excusing what he's done, though.
No, I'm not excusing what he's done. I'm just saying that, like...
I'm not trying to
I
be
don't
like,
want him to be
oh,
treated...
but do the Starks have the moral high ground,
they
really?
do have the moral high
Come
ground.
on.
They do.
We've all done bad
But I
things.
just don't want it to be like his whole thing is desperately trying to atone for what he's done, when there are so many other characters in this show that have done much worse things and just don't have to answer for it. Like, it feels sad that Theon's whole thing should be that.
Yeah.
Like, there's still time. He just needs to look at people like Jamie and realise
Well, it's
that...
not going to last forever. He's not going to be like, oh, what? He's going to have his arc completed, isn't he? And he's going to do something heroic.
And you think he's going to die at the end of it?
At the end of this series, or like
At the end of his arc.
I think at the end of the whole show, he will die. Yeah, Theon will die.
You think that's where it's leading? Like, his whole arc is basically to atone for what he did,
Theon won't
to be embraced
survive,
by the Starks again and forgiven, and then
It'd be
he'll
great
go.
if he did, but I don't think he will survive.
Okay.
That's his purpose.
One more thing, which I've said before in a previous review, not with you, and I used to do on my own, ages ago, back when Dickon was played by somebody else, I thought, oh, maybe a love interest for Sansa. I still think that's possible. He's the right age.
They changed the actor who played Dickon in between 2 seasons.
Yeah, he was, I'm not going to say he was hotter before, like, you can't grade hotness, you know, it's a personal thing. I personally preferred the last one. But now we have Sir Percival, Tom Hopper.
Say that to Tom Hopper's face.
Oh, Tom Hopper's a lovely man, don't get me wrong. Handsome man. But, yeah, I think that the reason he's so handsome and so sort of, like, heroic yet timid is because they're making him be like, oh, this is a nice potential love interest for someone like Sansa, who's the only young woman on the show that would...
What, Dickon?
Yeah.
No, I think they're making us like Dickon because Dickon's about to be bloody killed by Dany.
Oh, God.
And I think we're supposed to slowly start to realise...
Oh, wait,
Dany's
Dany is
as
not
nice
actually
as-
going to be
yeah.
the best possible queen in
Yeah.
the situation. She's like her dad.
Like her dad.
Right, are we going to go now?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Ciao.
We'll see you next week. Oh, no, you're not
Ciao.
here. You're not here next week.
Lightning McQueen.
Oh my God, Dan's not going to be here. What are we going to do?
You've got to do one by yourself. Or I don't know, contribute somehow.
Skype, maybe?
Have a photo of me, yeah.
Okay, I'll try and get a photo of you and
Just put it on the seat.
I'm going to
yeah.
figure out how to try and get
And
Skype...
talk to it.
What if I get a Skype screen on the screen?
You could try. I don't know how you'd record that, or unless we did like a live one. But,
Yeah. No, I'll try and figure it out. I'll figure it out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you really soon. Bye.
Bye.